Welcome, Psycho Breakers. This is on a laptop. I know I said I was going to go live on the at 5 o'clock, so I am basically going to grab my stuff. This is for those who want to, guess, get in a little bit of a chat and stuff, and see where we go from there. Hopefully, it triggers a lot of people as far as getting them to come in and respond. And we're going to have a fun time. Yep, I definitely appreciate everybody. What's going on? Get my vitamins, say my prayers. I'm gonna switch to on YouTube. I think I'm gonna go and see if I can get my live to pull up. Which is odd because it's not showing that I'm live. So let's go to this and see if I see it. It should pop up my channel. There it goes. There we go. All right, you see my poster of remnants and all that right now. But we are trying to just bear with me just for a moment. I say we, and it's just me. It's just me on this. Let's see. All right. I'm going to mute my mic. I got to run to the bathroom real quick. Alrighty. We are getting ready. We are getting ready. I think I procrastinated long enough. Oh, I think I have procrastinated long enough. All right. Still nobody here. That's fine. I know that my viewers will watch it later, so that's cool. So, first things first, my channel, I say my channel has been that of lackluster, not because of the growth or anything like that. It's just I haven't been putting in kind of content. I've gotten kind of I'll be honest with you, I hit a creative block, and I guess it's good that I did because with my content that I was having on there from the early days when the Connect and the Connect and Xbox was actually cohesive with YouTube, you was able to actually use what was called Studios, Xbox Studios, and it was basically a way. It was an app for you to actually create. Um, videos with backgrounds, fake backgrounds. I mean, they looked pretty professional. They was pretty good. Once you learned it and got in the hang of it, it was pretty good. Made time for a lot of fun time. A lot of moments that I remember that was pretty fun that I couldn't go back and redo. A lot of it had some serious times where I was dealing with a lot of stuff and I had a lot of stuff going on. Um, but yeah, let's crack into it. I am for one going to go through some things, and some of it may be airing of dirty laundry on stuff. Because sometimes they say it's good to stay silent and keep your mouth shut. And with today's social media and stuff, what you say can harm you and possibly affect you on getting a better job or a better career. With that being said, though, I think that you only get one life. Um, Two, if you're lucky and you get that eternal life that I do believe in, but that's not going to change who I am as far as being a good person and helping others if when I can, and being able to help others when I can. Um, there's a lot of jobs out there that require you to be a quick thinker and a quick learner. So, being one that does have, I guess, a learning disability, like I had growing up, it takes me a little bit more time to get things right before I can actually get it done to the T. So, when you say training on something, I'm expecting the goose with the golden egg so I have clarity in understanding what I do, i.e., what I am talking about is this job that's here in Winfield, Family Resource Home Care. The training on this job is a joke. It is a joke. $14 an hour, um, and it is a staffing job. It is what it is. You're either going to understand it or you're not. Um, I honestly thought I understood it, but apparently I wasn't meeting the quota on things. So instead of getting a letter or a write up or a corrective action measure to know where I stood at with the company, I did not get that. And neither did the people that got let go. We just up and decided it's time to clean house and they let us go. So as of February 4th of 2025 on a Tuesday, that was a sad time. Is a sad time because I'm still going through it. However, it's through this pain and through this torment that you realize what your parents went through when they say, I can't just up and quit a job. It's hard for me to get a job at my age. And at first you thought you didn't think nothing of it. And then it starts hitting you in the head. And that's true because as you get older, companies like Walmart, um, and companies out there, they're going to look for the younger, even grocery stores, they're going to hire the young kid over the adult. It's sad to say, unless you're a senior citizen wanting to be a door greeter, you're not seeing the likes of day in that store. Um, we had the town made a big notice on Facebook that they had that Walmart was hiring, and that they was wanting people, like-minded people that was wanting a job, and they wanted people to come there and apply. So rightfully, after even filling out all the application stuff, I did that. I went and applied for Walmart, and I went to the open interview that they had, which they had probably about, I say 30 people, but it was probably more like 18 or 20 people there. And I'll be honest with you, when I went in there, I was dressed up nice. A lot of the kids that was dressed up to for this interview wore your sweatpants, t-shirt. They were not dressed to impress. They literally looked like they got out of the bed and their parents told them, "Hey, you're job hunting today. Here's the job fair. You go to it." And apparently they must have got the job because I didn't get a call. after the interview, after telling her my experience. I did, with Walmart.com, I used to be a customer service rep. They had a lot of stuff to deal with. I used to deal with call centers a lot. Um, I used to be a CNA, but I never did, was not able to get my license. The job was supposed to pay for it. When it came down to paying for it, that did not happen. Likely what happened is I got burned out too quick. I will say CNA jobs are good jobs. If you are a people person, however, keep in mind you are only as good as the employees you're surrounded with. And you're probably wondering what I mean by that. What I mean by that is CNA job basically entails you wiping people's butt, people that cannot do it themselves. You will see things that you probably never thought you should see in that CNA job that will mess your mental health. You are warned. CNA jobs will affect your mental health. There's people and clients that will pass away on your days off that you won't know about until you come in to do their bed changing. Um, Working out is a must if you're going to be a CNA because a lot of the people you're going to help cannot lift themselves. They will say they can and they can't. So that is definitely takes a special kind of person. I am a special person, but I am not one to keep my mouth shut and smacked on the head and told to be quiet. So many times I can do that, and then after a while I get tired of it and I lash out. So I have to keep that in check, and I do keep that in check quite a bit. Um, so there's that. The other thing is the unemployment here in Alabama is a joke. It's a blanking joke. I was laid off February 4th, um, and I went and I applied for my unemployment as of February 6th. And here we are in the beginning of March, and I have not received a letter. The only thing I've received was a book and a pamphlet, something I would have picked up when I went there myself, which I did go there myself to apply. So to get that in the mail after I already had one at home was a real slap in the face. Really slap in the face. In the meantime, you're told to stick to the guns and go on Indeed and job hunt. Now, job hunting on Indeed is depressing because you get a lot of emails that have to do with jobs that may or may not be in line with what you're looking for, or maybe further away. Before I lost my job, I actually had a vehicle to go to work. The car that I had was from Pollard's Automotive here in Winfield, Alabama, and I would not go to them again. They sold me a car that had rust on the bottom of it. He didn't even really want to sell it. He acted like he was losing money. I had a Kia car at the time, Kia Rio. It was a 2010, I think. It was a nice car. The only problem with that is that the lights on it messed up. The wiring was messing up. So I was getting tickets upon tickets of getting stuff taken, not having certain things work. Like my lights to my license plate would flicker every now and then, but they didn't work. It wasn't the best, honestly. It wasn't the best at all. Um, so I lost my vehicle after getting it paid off from a loan from somebody that I did, not an agency or nothing, but from a friend. Went into that rabbit hole, got the title back. After getting the title back, I lose my car. Still, though, at the time I still had my job with Family Resource Home Care. My friend Tojo, Derek Tojo Channel, had started helping me, give me a ride. There was sometimes where I could not count on that ride because of certain situations that would happen. Basically, being the fact that one stayed up all night and decided to sleep in the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, knowing that I got to go to work at 11. So what do? They sit there and message me and tell me that You're going to stay in today. You're going to, as if I have a choice to work from home, as if I had that option. Relying on other people can be your downfall. Um, Churches are great as far as helping you find your depth, your soul, your inner peace to God and to get close to Him. But a lot of the times that needs to be done between you and God. And that is a journey that I believe that happens more productively when the person themselves seek God in the hours of being private and in their self. Because let's be honest, we go to church and we want to be saved, not really so much. Yeah, we want to be around people, but we want the help. We want to build up that spiritual growth. However, that spiritual growth is not going to grow through positive outcomes in life. Spiritual growth is going to grow through grow when your test of faith is being being messed with. And I can tell you right now, I'm in the midst of a storm that realistically I could not prepare for. Um, they say take a little bit of the money that you get from your employments, your jobs, and put back money. I wish I did that. Instead, I was more focused on these are the bills I got to pay, and if I got any money left, maybe I'll treat myself and go get something to eat. That was my mindset this whole time on this. And I can be honest with you, it did not work out for me as I expected. A lot of people are lucky enough to get a heads up when they get let go, and then others not so much. I've been laid off before, but it was easy to find a job. So, what I've decided to do on this, as much times as YouTube, talking about YouTube now, YouTube used to be my outlet that I would go and I'd do my videos and I would actually promote certain things. Was lucky enough to do sampler hair color for men. Was able to do my YouTube Big Brother's audition. I was able to do a lot of auditions and got some notoriety from it to the point that I even was on a podcast at one time for a show. Uh, got offered to be in American Grit, which I wanted to be in. However, my information, I got it just too late. Checked my email just too late and I missed out on that opportunity. You have to have eyes and ears at all time, and I swear to gosh, it's almost like you're constantly battling a war or a spiritual war, which you are in a way, to define what you are as a person and what your purpose is. Like, what do you change? What benefits do you bring to the table? And I ask this: when you go places, what benefits do you bring to the table? What can you contribute? A lot of the times, the only thing I contributed at my job was I tried to make it a more positive space environment. Um, be aware of the surroundings, mental health, and try to cheer them up. And be while getting my job done, tried to kind of lighten the mood for people. And I'll be honest with you, it was a hit or miss. A lot of the times it was a miss. Sometimes it was a hit. One of the things that I have noticed while doing this streaming on YouTube is that being an outside celebrity grants you more privileges than those that are trying to do up and coming YouTubes. A lot of people that do this upcoming YouTubes, like celebrities, they'll jump in and they'll be getting a golden plaque or diamond plaque before they even film their first video. Meanwhile, people like me that are striving to get somewhere on this platform, it's hard. It's hard. At once they had AdSense, then they took that away from me. My videos went from being where people could see them to being where if I want to see my videos or be under the impression that my videos are being shown, all I gotta do is sign into my channel and it acts like that my videos are posted out through YouTube where it can be seen, which is false. They're not pushing my videos. Algorithms are important and tags are important. If you don't feel like tagging your videos, you get what you get. I had to learn that. So try to figure out when tagging your videos what you want it to be paired with, what do you want it to be associated with. The more you can tag in there, the better your videos are going to be thrown into some sort of algorithm, which is one of the lessons I want to say there. Make sure that you do those tags because they make a big difference. Um, Speaking of tags, I'd gotten a offer from a, I don't know if you would really say it's a company. Sorry, I got this weird habit when I talk. If I'm not sniffing my fingers, I'm yawning. Blame it on the soap. Um, but what really a thing that came on to me that was on Indeed that I was interested in, it was called Noise. It's a Noise app, and basically they send you this. It's an app. You download it. You get 5% if you represent. If you you know uh, invite a friend and stuff like that. But the target audience on that is you're pretty much posting on Instagram and TikTok these little videos and little slideshows, and they tell you how to bake an account. Which baking an account, from the way I understood it, from the way they explained it, is basically you're following and liking things that you're going to be talking about. Don't think that works here on YouTube. So that idea kind of went out the window. Um, so that went out the window. I tried it for a little bit, and my views, for some reason, the money and the stuff's not making sense. The ones that hit that Nice or Noise hits on their app, they'll hit on the 1%, the 2% videos. They won't hit on your 104 or 109 videos or in views that you got. And yeah, that's not a lot of views, but to somebody that's trying to push the envelope, that's a lot of views. Um, it is very disconcerting on when you go to stream something, talking about YouTube now still, and you have influencers that get a game early that can stream it, mind you, stream it, spoil everything of the game. But God forbid you get that sold out edition of 2K20 22 NWO sold out 22 version and air it on YouTube before the Embargo Act because they will shut it down. When that live stream came up, we was excited. I thought, let's go, let's stream this. We're gonna stream it, and it got copyright strike on it. Even though I purchased it, there's an Embargo Act. So even if you're not an influencer and all that stuff, you have to be mindful of the Embargo Act because they can get you for that stuff. Um, Faith has definitely been a big part in my life. It's caused me to have breakdowns on certain things. It's caused me to have family issues on certain things. That I wish that I had better knowledge of certain things. I think that's everybody when they go through stuff. They think, if I had a little bit more intel on stuff, I would be a little bit better, but we learn by our mistakes. And I can tell you at 44 years old, I've made some mistakes. My mistake was is I didn't prepare myself like I should have. But be granted, I didn't have the money to set back because I was living and barely surviving, which I think a lot of people are like that, especially if they don't have the two household income and stuff. It's just the one person. Um, I'm proud that I have 301 subscribers. I'm thankful for that. But that's not where I'm stopping. This will always be a place that will always have my videos. It will always have something updated. I mean, I may be 80 years old one day and upload a video, and y'all get to see an old guy who used to be young and all this stuff, and be like, wow, time really does fly. That's another thing. Time flies. Um, know what's important to you. There's precious memories you can't get back. Um, there's precious memories you can't get back. During my grind and my grit of things that I was trying to do, I got so wrapped up in everyday stuff that being able to make a choice to drive out there or ride out there via bus to meet my dad again, and spend time with him. I mean, he was with me when I was born, don't get me wrong, but when life changed and stuff, so his part was it was a little bit different on having to go see him and everything else like that. But it's rough. It's rough. Um I did have some bad mental health issues for the first week of after losing my job unexpectedly. I didn't want to do it no more. Didn't want to be alive no more. Didn't want to breathe no more. But I wasn't going to end it. I wasn't going to end it. I was just tired. I was just exhausted. Jim Carrey said depression is basically when you get tired of playing the same character. And that's basically what it was. I was tired of looking in the mirror. I was tired of doing my same routines. As of right now, the only reason I'm doing this video is because I'm got myself in a rut where I wake up, apply for jobs, wait for my unemployment, and I go to bed. And that can usually my day usually ends anywhere from 6 or 7. I'm that fed up with it, honestly. Um, let's talk about the picture that I got as my profile pic on here. So thanks to Bus, also known as Ricky Wires, Josh Wires, good brother of mine. Uh, he basically surprised me. We went to this Comic Con thing, and I got to meet one of the people I've always wanted to meet, Darby Allen. He was really nice, really cool. His real name is Samuel. Don't know, I forgot what his last name is, and he has a brother named Zach. And it was really good to see him. We talked about wrestling, a little bit of wrestling, and then got to play tic tac toe against his brother and stuff, um, which was pretty cool. And I told him, I said, "Hey, man, do I have your permission to use your picture of me and you?" And he said, "Man," he's like, "Man, I don't care what you use for." He's like, "Just knock him dead, go ahead and do it." Like he was really supportive, so that was awesome. One of the things I want to talk about is changing your vibe, changing your mental health vibe. Um, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have a mindset of either this day's going to stink or it's going to be a better day. And I'm working on this myself, and it's hard because you take a look at what needs to be done and you still are struggling to smile, to be happy. It's rough. It's very rough. Um, There's days that I wish I just stayed asleep in bed the whole day because of what the day ended up bringing. It was a waste of a day. And it's not a waste of a day because of the day, it's a waste of a day because of the opportunities that I seem to not see that I have that I don't take advantage of. So let's be real on that. Um, there was a lot of times too. I remember my dad one time saying he didn't feel like going to work, but he did because he had to actually he being a parent and stuff, you have to take care of the bills and stuff like that. And he had to take care of the bills and stuff. So he would go to work on days that he didn't feel like it. And I think I kind of wish that gravitated to me. It does, but I wish I understood it. I wish my work ethic was a little bit better. if you know what I mean. Um, some people can do the same thing and get better at it and learn new stuff. I can do the same thing, hope I'm doing better at it, but I'm always finding myself seeking approval of other people to see if it's good when I should be able to determine whether or not my own stuff is good. Going back to that, I had a bunch of videos that I had on this channel that I just went through and deleted. Didn't do that today. Um, but had I left that on there, there was a lot of nonsensical stuff, but that nonsensical stuff can be something that would have made somebody laugh and all this stuff. I have a lot of videos. I don't take myself seriously when I do some videos, and that can be told and tell, because I try to be like this energetic character and stuff instead of being like this. But I try to be this energetic character in your ear, trying to talk to you and see what can go and what can go forth. It's hard, because Monday I did the grunt style video, which was my newest video that I've done since I've had the channel. I got these two shirts that I was happy I got because it supported the veterans and all this stuff. I was happy that I got them. Not only happy that I got them because it also had Deadpool stuff on it, but it also had patriotic pride with it too, which was pretty awesome, which I thought was cool. I didn't know when doing that video that the next day was going to be me dealing with real life crap, because that was on the 3rd. That was February the 3rd. I did a video. Happy that I got the shirts. February 4th, I go into work, and two of my best friends is sitting out there, um, sitting at work, disheveled, and something came over me saying it's almost like a video that you see from Bloodsport, where the main villain goes, "You're you're next." Oh, I had that vision in my head, so that was kind of hard to deal with. I dealt because I had that it was going to be something going on, something wasn't right. Uh, so when I went in there, I had to shake off what was going on in the background, act like that people that just lost their jobs didn't happen, so I could function and staff these people with little to no training that I had to staff these people. Um, I'm not the steward of the game. I didn't teach it. I didn't think so. How am I supposed to know what exactly I lack in if it's not clicking? Um, but I accept responsibility on the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing the best I could with what little information I knew. But apparently I was let go due to performance, not for absenteeism, but for performance. Let me take this off because there's a glare on the video. So that's that on that. And then I finally found out that I was the next one to be let go. I go into the office, get told that I met this HR lady, which, by the way, there's not an HR lady for that local office, so there's nobody to go to. You have to go to corporate each time. And so there's that. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've learned a valuable lesson, and the biggest red flag you can be given when you go into a job is when they say we're like family here, because let me tell you something, dysfunctional families are still families. And I'm not saying they were dysfunctional. That's not what I'm saying. Because if we were like family, you would have made sure that those people that you let go had the best knowledge and trained to do better. You wouldn't have wanted to kick them out, but you kicked them out in spite of you saying you want to do better, but you couldn't do nothing with the ones that was needing the help. So that's that. Um, I'm thankful for my friends, and my brothers that have helped me when I couldn't help myself. And it really puts you in the light of things of wanting to be able to be better and do better. I guess I'm just venting to myself for 35 minutes. Um, Mental health check is fair. It's not great. It's not great. Find it hard to be. It's basically like right now the way I feel. It's basically like you're playing a game and you're getting beat by this boss, and this boss is whooping you. Like you know his moves, you know when it's coming. You go to dodge, and just something happens. But here's the thing: like most things, you become one or two things happens. You either become numb or you become persistent. And when I say numb, it means that you kind of expect it, but you don't do nothing about it. In other words, like you don't learn from your lessons, therefore you're at the boss for the 15th time. You still haven't whooped him because you keep doing the same stupid move at the end. A lot of times at life, I think we find ourselves on the defensive end a lot of the times more than the offensive end. And I think we have to be patient and realize that a lot of things that happen in life, we have to be on guard because things can drop in a blink of a hat that will crush you. That can crush you if you let it. I was 13 years old, lost my brother to cancer, and he was 12 years old. He was my first best friend. He was born in 81, October 30th, 1981. I was born September 4th, 1980. So he was the first person I interacted with and really made friends with and got really close with. Um, it's crazy because when cancer came to him and did its toll, uh, he got diagnosed in 89. Um, he got diagnosed in 89 and he fought that battle to the point he was tired of fighting that battle. He was tired of fighting that battle and wanted to live his days without being in treatment. And that was hard. That was hard because I knew it wasn't a tomorrow of see you later. It was going to be after this book, this life chapter ends, would be the next time I see him. That was hard. That broke me pretty bad. Broke me really bad. Um, Still find myself grieving on that and trying to come to terms with that, but I had to be at peace with that and I had to let that go. I had to move forward. On to which, um, getting moved to Knoxville, Tennessee to go to a school known as Washington College Academy, which was not a police academy, nor was it a real college. It was a high school and middle school in Knoxville around the Greensboro area. And now that school is more of an art school, so I can't find anybody that I used to be in class with on that. Um, but that was the first time I was on my own. That was the first time that it was up to me to get up in the morning. It was up to me to make sure I looked presentable, and it was up to me to act grown up, even though I was at 14 years old. Um, it was crazy. I learned a lot of stuff, seen a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have seen, and been a part of things that I regret. And that past haunts me on how I was treated and everything. Um, but not like scary, but like some things trigger certain emotions. Been in the reason I use the word break or psycho break as a gamer tag. At one time it was Gadite Talmudium. But the reason I use psycho break is because of the fact of me. The word psycho break is a breakdown, the definition of it. and I had been through it a lot. I've been through in and out of mental institutions a lot, because certain things of family members or certain things that happened I was not prepared for mentally, and I had no perfect outlet to let go. And there is no perfect outlet to let go. But I can honestly say, if you want to do yourself a favor and you've been hit pretty hard, you don't know what to do, and that one person that you don't think that could help you, ask if you need any help. Be upfront and honest with them. Let them know, yes, whether it's you sitting down talking to me or listening to me mad gab, I need that help. Um, Talking with your friends. Never look at yourself being a burden, because that is the biggest lie. A lot of times people think of themselves as being a burden on people. That is a self-esteem issue. That hinders back on how you was probably raised. Don't let that be what defines you. Everybody, if it seems like nobody cares, it's probably because they don't know that you need that reassurance, or know that you even need that, because they do care. I'm aggravated at myself on a lot of things. I'm aggravated at myself because me myself let myself down. I let myself down in the sense of I didn't have a game plan if this fell through. If certain things fall through, you need to have a game plan. That's a serious thing. It's not called being paranoid, it's called being ready. And I wasn't ready. So if you have a stable job right now and you think it's not going to happen to you, let me tell you, be prepared. Be prepared. Prepare for the inevitable. And that's the one thing I didn't do. So one of the things I'm going to do if this unemployment goes through is I'm going to focus on my streaming, because that's what I wanted to do to begin with, on my streaming. But also with my unemployment, I'm also going to focus on getting my GED. Yes, I don't have a GED. So the jobs that I have available to me are very slim pickings. And being at 44 years old, slim pickings is not enough. The only one stopping you on your dream is you. The only one stopping you on your goal is you. There's people every day, especially in high school, that have ways of getting you to certain point A to point B. Take advantage of it, because that's when the opportunity is just flowing like wine and stuff, and you know not to grab it is ridiculous. Me, I dropped out of school. I dropped out of school because I was hurt. Um, Mentally, I was physically fed up, because if I wasn't a football player or anything else, I didn't matter. My goals and aspirations were, and still are, to become an actor. Of course, I got to lose weight and present myself in a manner and a demeanor, but that's what I want to do. But I also know realistically that I need to have a job that's paying while I do this. Also know realistically I need to have the education to do set job. So that being said, that is what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm going to do. Loved ones aren't here forever. That's the nitty gritty of it. They're not. Loved ones can be your family, your close family, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your aunts, your relatives. Nothing is forever. And even though it may be a bad time that you're going through with them, try to make amends. Even if it's not your fault, who cares? At the end of the day, are you going to go up to their casket and say, "Yeah, what now? Uh, uh, yeet." I mean, what do you? I mean, let's be real here. You're gonna you're gonna have some sort of bewildering, or I'm trying to find the words. You're gonna have begrudging attitude the fact that you didn't let go. You could have been What stopped them from moving forward? Because of the fact that you didn't close those gaps. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself mentally. If anything else, do it for yourself, because let's be real. If you do this for yourself and you feel better, that's worth it. That's worth it. Um tell you right now, on the whole system, let's talk about talked about my life, talked about a little bit of that. Let's talk about gaming. Let's kind of bring it down. Let's talk about gaming for a bit while I get up and go get my vape that I dropped, because that happens, because that's life. Oh, um, it's hard to stay as a gamer in a gaming world. It's getting older. Um, I'm not finding myself wanting to game as much. I never thought I would say it, but the reason why is because I have to be in a certain mindset to feel like I want to game, to be able to game. And if that mindset hits me and I'm wanting to game, I'm going to game. But if I'm not in the right headspace, I'm not gaming. And right now, Psycho Break has not been in the right headspace. Um, not in the right headspace. And so I haven't gamed as well as I would like to, or as much as I wanted to. I can tell you from a 44-year-old man that gaming consoles, honestly, are a joke. Are a joke. Because you are investing in hopes that a company is going to give you something that you may want from this. You're investing on a future product, expecting that you'll want something from this. Gaming to me on console, and this goes for PC too, but I think PC have more. I don't game on PC, but it seems like PC has more of the different games, things that you can dive into that's not on console. But imagine being sold cable with no future of what shows are going to come on, but you're paying $13 a month or $15 a month for a set cable box just to be able to flip it on and decide there's nothing good on TV. But you're paying anywhere from $100 or $75 worth on a cable bill. That's pretty much what a gaming console is. You're paying in hopes that that company is going to give you games that you want. You're investing in a future with that company. And I can honestly say, from a gaming perspective, Microsoft and PlayStation have told me that I would have been better off keeping my Sega Genesis, Atari, which I didn't get to experience in Atari, Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast, and everything else, and never move forward. Because all you're doing is taking things and remaking games that aren't that old and sending them out. So basically, you're getting the gaming companies getting ridiculous. It's back in the day, for games, paying $50 was a lot of money. You also had places you could go rent games and stuff, so you knew whether or not the game was going to be good or not before you purchase set product. Now, you very rarely get demos of certain games until you've already purchased them and then find out it's not what you want, which I'll be honest with you, a lot of the games that I've purchased, I may have streamed for a little bit and I quit streaming because I didn't like them. Avowed is one of those games. Um, the story is so meh. The story is so meh at best. Avowed is so. You can tell that the people that made Fallout New Vegas, sadly, you can tell the people that made Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds and Knights of the Old Republic and all that stuff, you can tell that those people no longer work at that set company. This company is totally different than that company. It's almost as worse as BioWare is now. Dragon Age Velguard, I played it and I beat it. But what made me keep playing it was I liked the gameplay. I liked the gameplay, but I did not like the story of the game. Did not like the story of the game. Um, yeah. So that's my update. The channel is alive. I do stream on Twitch. Um, you're welcome to join me on Twitch. But going forward to the future, I will probably post videos like this on YouTube. That way, you get a chance to see me, see my daily blog. That's what I'll call it. I'll call this a daily blog. So as of March 1st to March the 5th, this is what I've been going through in 2025. Mentally dealing with the fact that my mom's health's declining is hard because she's the last parent that I have left. You only get two. Lucky if you get more from family, which I do have more, just not tangible. Like I'm not able to go and just turn around and be there. You know, you will find out when growing up. Brothers can be relatives, but they can also be friends of yours that's been through thick and thin with you and that have your back and that is always there for you. Those can be considered brothers. People that identify with the trauma you've been through and that's been through that trauma. I do, however, want to say this. If there's anybody that happens to come across my video and that you've seeking help and you happen to be in a downtime and you are searching for answers and somehow you stumbled upon this video and you can relate to this, I want to tell you something. You have a purpose. You have a purpose. The blood in your veins, the air in your lungs, the name on the piece of paper is not pointless. God saw something in you before you saw it in yourself. So much so that you was given life. Granted, in life, you may see people's certain stories cut short unfairly or by a freak accident. One thing that I was told by my counselor at Washington College was his name, I think, was Mitchell, Coach Mitchell. He said to me, he said, "Your brother may be gone, but you can live for your brother. You know, you can live as a memory to him." Think of what you want to be, what you want to do. It's never too late to chase a dream, but without works, your dream is dead. You can either decide to wake up and do set dream, or you can prefer to sleep longer and just dream about the dream. Meanwhile, your life's passing you by. All I'm saying is don't give up on today. Don't give up on yourself first and foremost. And if you really feel like you're at the end of the at wit's end, reach out. I don't have a problem messaging on YouTube. I'm not uh, a big celebrity, but I do respect my followers and my subscribers. If you need a friend to listen to, I can do that for you. Um, God knows I need to listen more than I speak. What I'm trying to say is, out of all this, life happens, and it's going to be rough. But as the saying goes, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. Because that one time you get up could be the time that you beat that boss. Mine that I kept pushing down for the longest time, it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. But it was the lighthouse. Now you're wondering what that is. Well, in Destiny and Destiny 2, it's where you can actually go to the lighthouse on competitive playing on there, and I always wanted to be to the Lighthouse, but I wasn't able to go. I wasn't able to go. I always didn't put in the time, wasn't able to go, but it was a big goal of mine. I wanted to see that Lighthouse on the game. I wanted to see that. Set weekend, I accomplished that goal. It was many years in the making. Would I have liked to done the Lighthouse with set friend and partner? Yes, but would I wanted to have done it diminishing their mental health in the process? No. So I did it by myself. And it feels good. It's a pat on the back. I did it by myself. But let me tell you something that sucks, though. Nothing sucks worse than having dreams and aspirations and being able to achieve them and have the ungrateful thought and attitude, is this it? Is this what people struggle for this moment? And realize that you'd have been better off just being curious about it than you would have completed it. And that's what happened to me with Lighthouse. I did it, and I was not impressed. The ends didn't justify the means. Yet, if you go to my profile on Xbox, you'll notice that I am doing one of the Iron Lords emote on a treasure chest that was there on the Lighthouse. That gaming aspect had been achieved, had been accomplished. So imagine what I could accomplish if I set that standard to my life. That's a good question. Take a look if you like to collect automobiles, or you like to fix up cars, you like to do certain things. One thing about Reminiscence is it talks about one of the things that says don't look back. This is about a guy who falls in love with a girl, random, mind you, and is so stuck in the past that he cannot live in the future. Hence why it's Reminiscence. I would recommend checking out that movie. It is good. It is sci-fi, but it is a good movie, and I like movies like that. I think the realization is your mom and dad aren't always going to be around. I see. I sadly see my mom jerking the curtain as she goes. I would like her to be here longer, but the way things are going, the memory slips and everything, I want to be positive. I want to be optimistic. I don't want to be naive to where I put myself in the hospital. Um, Being positive is hard. But let me tell you something. When you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you're seeing number one. You're seeing number one right there. Take care of that. Take care of that number one, because when the chips fall down, you are going to have to pick you up. You are going to have to help you out. So, with that said, I hope that this helps. Hope this finds a meaning to an ends for somebody. And I hope that when listening to this, it can kind of give you some realization and clarity on you're not the only one going through a struggle, but you do matter. And I think a lot of us people think, well, they're going through too much. I don't want to be around that. I'm still fighting to survive in my head because the only time I stop screaming in my head is when I'm sleeping. You know, not having a car and having to go and try to find a vehicle again and start over is hard. Because if I had my car, you best believe I'd be driving places, putting in applications. Well, here's the thing, applications are more online now, so the driving back and forth is kind of null and void. But nonetheless, the fact to be able to get up and get out of my house is one of the things that I miss right now. I'm not defeated. I'm not down. I'm just trying to find a good stepping and a placing so I can get back up and stay up. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, break every chain. God bless you, and thank you for hearing me out. Have a good one.